From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation. And here we help you to improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your future. This is episode number 94 on Boaz Power TV. And I call this one, It's Time to Tell a Vision. You know, the old joke goes like this. If Thomas Edison had not been persistent, conducting almost 10,000 experiments to invent the light bulb, we'd be watching television in the dark. Well, speaking of television, the man who was greatly responsible for the creation of the medium spent his early years studying to be a rabbi. Wow, really? Now people worldwide watch his creation religiously. He was David Sarnoff. You know, I like reading stories about people who have accomplished great things, and then I like sharing them with you because there are lessons we can gain from people who have accomplished a lot. So David Sarnoff, better known as General Sarnoff, the president of RCA, and literally the father of broadcasting. This is a great story of determination, perseverance, and especially vision. He was born in a poor Jewish settlement near the Russian city of Minsk, February 27, 1891. Sarnoff immigrated to the United States in 1900 at the age of 9. That's the same age I came to America with my parents from Israel. What a coincidence. With his father ailing, he immediately went to work to help feed his parents and siblings. Sarnoff's first job was to sell Yiddish newspapers on the streets of New York in the Lower East Side. Now, by the time he was 10, he had learned English by studying discarded American newspapers. That's one of the ways I learned how to speak English, by reading the newspaper. By the age of 13, he had saved $200, a lot of money at that time, and was able to buy his own newsstand. He was also going to elementary school during the day and taking night classes at the Educational Alliance, an East Side settlement house. Now, when his father's health deteriorated, Sarnoff was forced to work full-time by the age of 15. He found work as a messenger boy at Marconi U.S, developed skills as a telegraph operator, and read all the technical journals he could find. He became a junior telegrapher at the age of 16. When he was 21, on April 14, 1912, he made a name for himself by sending and receiving wireless messages for 72 hours during the sinking of the Titanic. Ambitious for both money and power, Sarnoff presented an idea to his bosses at Marconi that dealt with a radio music box. It was rejected. Although radio at the time was mainly used in shipping and by amateur wireless enthusiasts, Sarnoff believed his device could make radio as common a household item as a piano or a phonograph. Sarnoff's opportunity came in 1920 when General Electric provided the startup funds to create the Radio Corporation of America, later known as RCA, which absorbed Marconis U.S. assets. GE agreed to front $2,000 for RCA to develop a prototype of Sarnoff's radio music box. He believed that for RCA to sell radios nationwide, it had to have programming, news, sports, music. Modern-day radio was born on July 2, 1921, as Sarnoff correctly predicted the public's huge interest in the heavyweight championship fight between Jack Dempsey and George Carpentier. He arranged for the fight to be broadcast live by RCA. Hundreds of thousands tuned in, and within 3 years, the RCA Radiola, the new name for the radio music box, accounted for sales of over $38 million. Amazing. Sarnoff envisioned that by creating a network of hundreds of radio stations nationwide, RCA could reap great benefits by providing programming for these stations. Thus, as the now general manager of RCA, Sarnoff formed the National Broadcasting Company, NBC, in 1926 as a subsidiary. While all this was happening, a man named Vladimir Zworykin got a patent in 1923 for his iconoscope, a prelude to modern-day television. From 1928 until 1940, Sarnoff experimented with the process through a special NBC station called B2XBS. NBC started to broadcast commercial television signals in 1941 from station WNBT in New York City. Now, during World War II, Sarnoff served as a communications consultant for General Dwight D. Eisenhower, who named him a brigadier general. Thus, from then on, Sarnoff was known as the General. After the war, as he overcame a challenge from the new CBS television network to advance the technology of the medium, Sarnoff was named CEO of RCA in 1947. In the 50s and 60s, he led NBC toward color television. My gosh, do I have to admit to you that I actually remember when I first saw color television? It used to be in black and white. Amazing. The first videotape telecast and the first made-for-television movie, that's what General Sarnoff led them to. He saw television as a beneficial creative force. Now, with his mental channel always tuned into the future, Sarnoff predicted in the mid-50s that the future would see electronic messages sent instantly worldwide throughout the air. Worldwide throughout the air, wireless messages. My goodness, what are we doing now with text messages? He had envisioned the internet long before anyone had heard of the word. David Sarnoff worked well into his 70s, continued to push RCA and its engineers. His company invested considerable money and time in computers and aerospace technology. The man who came to America at the beginning of radio lived to see photographs from space delivered electronically to Earth by RCA satellites. At the age of 79 in 1970, Sarnoff retired from RCA. He passed away in 1971. Arriving a penniless immigrant without the language, Sarnoff's force of will ignited a revolution that has had an unparalleled effect on our society. He didn't look at how things were. He looked at how things could be. What kind of effect could you have on your future and the lives of other people if you simply focused on your strongest talents and tuned into your potential? What could all of us do? Is there a picture of something you've always wanted to do? Let's tune into that channel and take some action today. So the affirmation for this episode of Boaz Power TV is a daily affirmation of vision. You may want to write it down. I'm clarifying my vision for my future and taking some action today. I'm clarifying my vision for my future and taking some action today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like these messages, and many people around the world feel they're highly beneficial, please forward this to 5 people you know. Suggest they go to my website, boazpower.com, and they can subscribe free to my weekly broadcast of Boaz Power TV. Maybe we can help expand their vision. It's been a pleasure. You're special. You're unique. You are destined for greatness. I see it in you. You are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.